Now, Iran's ambassador to Russia, Kazem Jalali, reported that Tehran and Moscow have expanded their military cooperation through a series of joint drills, some bilateral, others with China and regional partners, while also signing a $25 billion memorandum to advance nuclear energy projects, including work on additional Bushehr units. Speaking during a special news interview, Jalali discussed political, economic and security ties between the two countries. He said, "We have held several joint exercises so far, some only between Iran and Russia and some with countries such as China and regional states. And our military and defense cooperation today has taken on broader dimensions." Back to you, Aditya, on this.
The tensions between Iran and the United States are increasing. And definitely, Iran's ambassador to Russia has reported that Tehran and Moscow have expanded their military cooperation through a series of joint drills. And, recently, the Russians and the Iranians have had joint military drills in and around the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. And definitely, a video also purportedly was going viral, wherein some of the cargo ships, crossing the Hormuz Strait, there was a huge maritime jam, traffic jam, due to these joint naval exercises by the Iranians and the Russians. So clearly at this juncture, Russia and China are standing behind Iran amid heightened tensions with the United States of America, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario from here. Vaishali, that's you.
Stay on, Aditya. Now, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi held a phone call to review the latest round of indirect US-Iran negotiations in Geneva and to outline a coherent initial framework for upcoming talks. Aditya, what more can you tell us on this?
Well, absolutely. The Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has had a phone call with the IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi, to review the latest round of indirect US-Iran negotiations in Geneva. But however, some reports suggest that the US is now increasingly the American Trump administration is getting frustrated with Iran because it is not ready to compensate on its nuclear program as well as the ballistic program. So clearly, from here on, we could see a major escalation, happening in the Middle East. And the Iranian leadership has been giving such statements that Iran will not back off on its nuclear program and ballistic missile program. So definitely, these things are, at this juncture, there are certain problems to it. So definitely, it needs to be seen how things unfold, whether there will be a full-scale war between US and Iran or not. This will need to be seen. Vishali.
Stay on, Aditya. Now, Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk has urged all Polish